Hello, we are Team 1, Randy Martinez.
And I'm Nancy Torres.
We come from College of Southern Nevada as students. And here, in case you need to contact us, we have everything from phone numbers to our email addresses. And sadly, Tiffany could not be here to participate in this discussion and presentation. Okay, so for our part, we came up with a campaign program. We aim to introduce new design elements to the company, the Get a Grip company, and we want to help increase the audience awareness because not many people know about you guys, and to demonstrate. One of the demonstrations is that social media will help boost up awareness. And to begin, we introduce the client, which is the Michael Thornton of Get a Grip, and we need to understand what your needs are, what kind of recommendations we can give, demonstrate pieces, and propose solutions. So, who is the Get a, or what is the Get a Grip Incorporation? As stated before, the president is Michael Thornton. You can call his number 702-222-9526 or look up his email address and use whatever email supporting site you got, Yahoo, Gmail, Outlook, and there you'll find how you can contact with him.
Get a Grip Incorporation. Get a Grip is a company, and they are dedicated to anti-slip treatments for floors, and they mostly concentrate on tiles, bathtubs, concrete, any kind of floor to make it safe for employees or people in general. And they can be reached through through phone or email, and they have more than 20 years of experience. So they are reliable and they have a pretty good approach.
However, they do have competitors that they need to be aware of. And those competitors are Safe Stride, Trusty Step, others being involved, Safe Step, and Tight Grip. Not pictured here. What are the challenges you ask? People may ask. Well, we're about to explain. One of them is trying to get a current message across. Okay. So we may have to come up with a better slogan in case this one doesn't work. But hey, whatever gets the grip.
And right now we are currently suggesting that the company needs a new identity. As you can see previously, it was kind of hard to understand what Get a Grip was. So we are suggesting a new identity, new designs for the company.
Not to mention there's a website that actually took that name too. It's resurfacing for commercial and residential areas. Not to be mistaken with. So.
And these are our proposals for Get a Grip.
one, no harmful chemicals. It's 2015. We should be able to come up with harmless solutions, harmless products that don't induce serious human damage.
Hazards.
And we need to do it at a reasonable price. Not too high, because people won't be able to buy it, and not too low, because it'll ruin the company. And of course, your goal is to make slipping on tile a thing of the past. So what kind of possible slogans can we come up with? Well, one, we could try your gripping solution, and then we can also try non-slippery surface solutions.
A lot of alliteration there.
Right. And our audience currently is a hotel management, fitness, as you can see, the gyms make them safe for people, conveyance homes, and retirement communities to keep the elderly safe from any harms. Next slide, please.
Let's not forget homeowners, because homeowners do have tiles that could be potentially slip.
One more, so yeah, to keep them safe, families.
Alright? So as for reaching your target audience, we were dedicated to making brochures, hotels, motels, bathtubs, hot tubs, pools, and even the fitness center. For the flyer, mostly for retirement homes, and we'll find out how to fit in advertisement to newspaper, broadcast it on radio, and billboards, wherever we can find them.
And these are our new boilerplate copies. It's just something new that we can introduce to the company.
Basically the product of what you guys are using, and hopefully it will help.
And these are our suggestions for new typefaces. We suggested a new color theme of gray, red, yellow, black, and white. Keep it simple. And our fonts are changed, but those are our fonts. Dear Joe 4, they are pretty simple, and it's just a new personal branding idea that you guys can keep in mind.
However, there is one suggestion of font I could think of. That would be Constantina. Well, that's just one of them.
And we came up with this, actually Tiffany came up with this. She came up with this new brand, a new logo for the company, just to keep in mind, so that people will recognize it right away.
I will say this, much better than what I came up with. So, if people are using computers and technological products, how do we get across to them? Well, we can come up with a couple things, because today we live in a world of social media. We use Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and even Twitter. Still, it doesn't help that people still use traditional means of radio, billboards, and newspaper. And for the cost of what we're trying to aim for, we need to keep it as low as possible, but enough to keep the company going. We'd say about $93 for 30 seconds, yellow page ads for free, and on billboard, small 11 by 5 boards, about $300 to $800 every year. But what to do with the flyer and brochure? we plan on using 200 to 2,000 trifold brochures. Though, we do also have to consider legal issues. We need to get the creator's permission. For this to happen, apply for logo, trademark rights, and review product copyright and patent contract. Not to mention, read beforehand before we even begin. So,
In social media, we recommend using WordPress. It is, go to the next slide, please. WordPress, it is an online publishing platform. You can share with the world. You can contact them, reach audiences around the world. And can you go to the next slide, please? And it is pretty simple to sign up. It only takes a few seconds to sign up. You just need an email, username, password, and just a blog address that you would like people to know it from.
it could be any blog, for the most part.
Yep, and it powers more than 20% of the world, so a lot of people use this website, and that means there's a lot of people to reach, right? And there is no technical knowledge needed, so it's pretty easy to manage. And next slide, please. And you can, on the website, you can post topics like what the product is, and you can upgrade them and to tell them what you have available, how to use them, and you can also reach the audience that you're targeting, get feedback back from them, see how they like it.
That's if you're lucky enough to get feedback, whether positive or negative.
Mm-hmm. If you want to get the viewers' honest opinions. And to maintain this website, it will only take 2 weeks, at least every 2 weeks, to see the response from the audience and just to clean it up a bit, to eliminate all the unnecessary stuff that you need from there.
And for your audience, we would be glad to expect some consumer feedback and how effective your product is.
And that is our suggestion for the homepage. Keep it simple, and as you can see, you could keep a homepage or introduce yourself to the people and the product or stuff like that.
Even so, it still needs to be upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
And what we propose for our business card, as you can see here, in case anyone needs to get in contact with you.
Your contact information, website, address, everything.
And our idea to get these on newspaper advertisements. Have you noticed an increase in work injuries or employees falling due to wet floors? Well, here you have your solution. So I didn't think of it.
And our partner, Tiffany, designed this as well. She came up with a letterhead idea for the pamphlets to give them out to the people.
And to conclude with a summary, there are still some problems that need to be addressed: social media involvement and reaching the audience.
Yep, and that is your new identity right there.
But just one more thing to say. People really need to, despite anything that we've been going through, social media should not be a big of a problem. Everyone uses the internet nowadays. And we should be grateful for that. And as for reaching the audience, well, there has to be people that have trouble coming up with trying not to slip. And that we conclude with our presentation.
It was very interesting to see that both groups went off my existing color palette into these other ones. So that's given me a lot of stuff to think about. The fact that we were going with the cool, dramatic Superman-esque colors, and you've gone the opposite direction. And just by being able to actually visualize and see it up here on the screen really does drive that point home. That's given me a lot to think about there. And the fact that everybody, I mean, LinkedIn is something that I was just playing around with about 4 years ago when I was first invited in by the chief engineer at the MGM Grand. And a couple years later, I had like 89 people, and he happened to call me because he took a job with Disney down in Florida. And he goes, "How's that LinkedIn thing working out?" And I go, "Oh, I got 89 people, you know, I mean, they're in there. I haven't corresponded with anybody." And he says, "You're nuts, you're completely missing the boat." So he spoke to me for half an hour and basically chewed me a new one. And so 2 years ago, September, I decided I'm going to do something about this. I now have 2,800 contacts. 90% of them are in those industries I'm trying to penetrate, which is hospitality, general managers, chief engineers, directors of housekeeping. And my last 6 projects have all been from LinkedIn contacts, not through salespeople or direct interface. So your social media push is making a lot more sense, and it is something I do need to investigate a little bit more in depth. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to transition this company into the existing Century, is to look more at that. I thought it was just like, oh, it's blogs and chat rooms, and this is a bunch of people, blah blah blah. But you're making a valid point that there's actually ways for me to go in there, and on this WordPress.com thing, and
WordPress, yeah.
and WordPress, and just put a little tickler out there. Hey, this is what I do. This is what I'm all about. This is what I have. If you're interested in finding out more about it, it's hasn't even cost me the cost of a postage stamp to do it.
Yeah.
So it's very cost effective. Cost effective works for me.